desperate times, Alphino wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Ramuh has to say upon the matter. Ooh. So we're technically in 2.3 right now, I believe, right? Because we've hit 2 patches now. Or was patch distribution a little different back then? Now is not a good time, Captain Summers. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. Or chirurgeons. Chirurgeons? I'm going to say chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Danalan. We have sent forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives and pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Oldan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. What of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have the time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarists would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Firemac. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Okay, recording's still good. You look as though you have something to say, Captain Summers, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Alright, so where am I going? At Lost Hope. All the way over there? Thinking about at least one more hour for stream. That's what I'm aiming for. Hey, look, it's Leofric. I didn't expect them to send you, Firemac. I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left the merchant have yet to return. I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest idea what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. Zazawaka. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people at Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content with to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Zazawaka! I actually forgot this little cave exists over here. Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them! Wait, I know your face. Are you not the man from the Church of Saint Adama Landama? Church of Saint Adama Landama. I don't what? 1,000 pardons, my friend. I mistook you for one of those thugs who have been tormenting us. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. Told be praised for that. Because if we haven't a moment to waste, everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you will understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find him before he does. Terrified refugee. What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why do you have to stay and leave me alone? Alright, I guess I gotta soothe you. It's not fair or something, whatever. Shut up! Soothe, soothe, soothe. Bam. Who are you? What do you want? It's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups and sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... oh gods, the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The terrified refugee would have you find his brethren and convince them to lay down their arms, shock and awe. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox and all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat. Show them, my brethren, that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. So twins? Yeah, I don't remember what this is all about. Desperate refugee. 7 hells, they found us! Everyone grab your gear, make for the rendezvous point! So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill ye ourselves. Oh, there's more. Yeah, I don't remember having to kill refugees, jeez. You can't stun us, you won't stop us. Bastard enough. You like that? You like that? You like that? You beat him like nothing. It was nothing. Thal Almighty, what are we gonna do now? That was actually a very accurate quote. I did beat him like they were nothing. You've returned! Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them than... Better than a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Reap the whirlwind. The terrified refugee would have you find the shady figure who is trying to stir dissent among his brethren. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. So now where are we going? All the way over there? Shit. Teleport time. So I wonder if it would be faster to go to Ul'dah and then go to the lower gate. But I really don't want to even attempt it. I mean, my loading times are pretty good now, since they're on the PlayStation. But, I don't feel like figuring it out. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, oh, that looks nice. L? That's your name? It's just straight up L. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ul'dah. The man they said they were gonna change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble? Yeah, let's go with that one. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Swear to God, that's Ungust. No, wait, Ungust is dead. I just remembered. He freaking Ifrit caused him to die. Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him! Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Yo. You! He's getting away. Go get him, mister! Honestly, do not recall this part of the story. It's so long, too. Like, so many quests related to this. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-famed refugees who terrorize the streets of Olda? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely, if you don't think I gave a Kikurn's arse about politics, it was business. Only business. I would just, like, stare at him down, like, ugh. What are you gonna do, hmm? We both know I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Okay, I just remember what happens in this scene. Yep, there it is. Dead. What's all this commotion? Seven hells! Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots? Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. To the Hall of Flames. What news, Captain Summers? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all, the seventh hell. He was not simply murdered, Captain. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Revolution. Swift has a message for you from General Reborn. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of your own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. the chamber roll. There's Alpha now. So you just waiting there this whole time? We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Praying for a voiced scene.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement.
This is an explanation of the PvP here.
Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like the PvP explanation.
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own. independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
Oh damn, Omega.
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
I forgot Omega was like actually a part of the main story like this.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye. We were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Carlians did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Man, that's some good content. Man, screw people who say they don't like post a Realm Reborn. That's good plot, man. Recent revelations weigh heavily on Alphino's mind. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be one of our best interests to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Captain Summers. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartano. Begone, whelp! This is no place for children! Is that L? I think it's L. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking for you, mister. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? Unfortunately. So he visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap nobody will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an aether-starved primal, even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Mephilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Firemac, this is Mephilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I'll explain in detail once you arrive. Oh, there's Ramuh. There's Ramuh! The Twelveswood? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Exali activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, Firemac. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, when you arrive, do inform the Anti-Senate that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. It's a Ramuh time. It's Ramuh time, yo. It's Ramuh time, yo. It's a Ramuh time, yo. It's Ramuh time, yo. It's Ramuh time, yo. It's Ramuh time, yo. It's Ramuh time, yo. Ramuh time. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Firemac. The latest news from Ul'dah was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphinaud suffered was to his ego. Doubtless, it will heal ere long. The other Scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now. Lord 11. Mephilia wishes to discuss the latest threat to arise in the Black Shroud. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you. Were it not urgent. To business then. I've received the most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain? The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlings, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Anti-Senate, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, wow. I have no idea what that means. Garuda and so on. Ramuh is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. We were not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their... Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for summoning the ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it? I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garlands came tramping through the forest. Oof. And so long as Castrum Orion stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain the observation that would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud, that alas we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panic migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am in mind of Titan and the Kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorza would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Firemac, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope, were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seats here has requested your personal involvement, Firemac. Pray report to Commander Heliolo at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord 11 will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Oh, I don't recall there being too much involved with Ramuh. I kind of remember just showing up and having to fight Ramuh. I don't remember there was much else to that plot line. Really don't remember. The bad part of all this is that I have to speak in Sylph tongue again. Firemac the Science, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready at any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seats here, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than your martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes, you may. Oh, yes, oh, you may. Man, everybody's here. No, get out of here, Sylph. Sylph. Don't want to talk no dirty Sylph.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Oh, you naive woman.
You have my thanks.
I like how they didn't even bother giving the Sylph a voice.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Gonna fight Ramuh, gonna fight Ramuh. It's unavoidable, cause I know it's gonna happen. We're gonna fight Ramuh. We're gonna piss him off. Somehow. Firemac with the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramuh himself, an unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak. Though you might ascertain a location where the Lord of Levin might be found, I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Levin and oppression. The Serpent Lieutenant looks about, seemingly waiting a visitor. I was told a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns with good tidings. The wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Ramuh. Your time is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please come with this one. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Thank goodness for flying, man. This would have sucked trying to do this normally. Where are you? There you are. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramuh, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touch ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. Well, let's see what everyone else has to say. So, Thancred is Thancred, Papalimo is Papalimo, Justola is Justola, and you are you, right? Well, that's easy enough to remember, but this one's name is Ida, in case Walking One was wondering. Joke! I'm joking! Ah, there you are. It is you, isn't it? Don't ask. Suffice it to say that we had something of a situation here. So it's actually you, I'm relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Yosola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies, it's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion, to wit, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's aetherite. Come, Firemac, the Lord 11 awaits. I kind of wish we got a cutscene for that. It'd be fun to watch him do that. Oh, it stopped me. I'm in mid-flight. Angry eyes.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding. Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest.
Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. Aye, what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs? The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflict hath brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie within darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Yep.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Yep, told you. We just show up and we're gonna fight him. That's the trial. I just saw my mount disappear. Alright, let's go kick Ramuh's butt. Make quick work of this boy. Alright, this might actually need to be more of a battle. My radiance of L. Be the judge. Is there supposed to be a third one? Thou should decide that fate, and thou whether mine ire. Thy judgment is nigh to mine by arbiters. I could probably just kill him now. Ba-dee-da-dee-do. I probably could have killed him faster, but
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
we used to find him on an extreme.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Cool, we did it! So that means King Muggle's Mog Leviathan and now Ramuh are slain. At least 3 more trials. Before I reach Heaven's Ward. Firemac, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramuh received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Little Sauce will be relieved to hear that the Lord 11 has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Firemac. The Elder Seer must be informed of your deeds at once. No, not you. Don't talk to freaking Kumuxio.